Hi, this is Subhayan Chakraborty with Atreyo right here outside the Wankhede Stadium, and we are gearing up for the third and final test between India and New Zealand. The series is gone for the Indian team, but there's plenty to look forward to when it comes to the third test. Of course, WTC points matter, and India are in a tough spot when it comes to qualifying for the WTC final. The pitch is in the center stage in the build up to the third test, and of course, Abhishek Nayar attended the press conference here today, and we'll talk about everything that is happening inside the stadium right now. Atreyo,
Let me, Shubhayan, begin with a question for you.
yeah,
I mean, this is the third time in the during the course of the three matches that we begin our pre-match conversation about the pitch preparation.
right.
I mean, it's invariably, whether we like it or not, it's the pitch that holds the center stage in any test that comes when it comes to playing in India.
Right.
What's your reading of the situation, and what do you think the team management is thinking about the pitch?
Of course, Ajaz Patel in the press conference also talked about the pitch. Abhishek Nayar was asked about the pitch. Ajaz Patel, as we know, picked up a 10 for here, 14 wickets in a total in 2021. So, and he was a happy man today in the press conference. But looking at the pitch, there's a tinge of grass as you would expect on match day -2. There's still 2 days to go. They will start trimming it. How much they will trim, that will get to know as closer to the game. But it is a typical Mumbai red soil pitch which will offer true bounce, no uneven bounce like the Pune track where some balls were keeping low, some balls were bouncing. So there will be a true bounce, there will be even bounce throughout, not throughout the test, but at least in the first 3 or 4 days of the test. And of course, the Pacers play a huge role in Wankhede whenever test cricket happens here because of the breeze coming through from the Marine Drive very close by, and during the morning session, during the evening session after 4 p.m. mark, when the cooler breeze starts to come in, the Pacers have a huge role to play, or always play a huge role. But Atreyo, you have also covered so many test matches in India, across India. Pitch, why is it a topic of debate? Why it is not a topic of debate when we play in England, New Zealand, Australia, but in India somehow pitch becomes the center topic?
That is primarily because we get obsessed with the nature of soil, the color of soil, the nature of pitch, the composition of the mixtures in the soil and all that. I think that's it's important, no doubt. I mean, the nature of surface played a part in the outcome of test matches. But I think we overthink about it. We overcomplicate things. I mean, why is there so much talk about red soil, black soil, yellow soil, blue soil, pink soil? I mean, see, ultimately, both teams will play on the same surface.
Right.
So I think it's instead of overcomplicating things about the composition of the pitch, of the nature of the pitch, I think the focus should be on the nature of play.
Right.
And that is what we have. That is where we have been found wanting in this series. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been 2-0 down ahead of this test match. Series is gone.
Right.
So nature of pitch, of course, it's an important factor, but not as important as we make it out to be like. I mean, we overthink, and there is so much
Pitch
of talk.
obsessed.
Yes. And that is one reason why India, in my opinion, has a better chance of doing well abroad, because that is where they don't have a choice on the preparation of the pitch. Over there, the nature of soil, color of soil, the moisture percentage, and all those things are beyond our control.
Right.
That is, I think, we have a better chance of succeeding abroad instead of at home, where we overcomplicate things at times.
We did give you a first look of the pitch yesterday, but today the ground staff, the curators are here, and they are working rigorously on preparing the pitch or curating the pitch, as Abhishek Nayar said. And he did cheekily say that we don't curate pitch. It is the curators who curate pitch, so we don't have any idea of what kind of pitch they are preparing. But if I have to talk about the pitch right now, I think it will offer turn, but not straight away. What my reading is. It will not turn straight away. It will not give ample amount of turn for spinners on day 1. From day 2 lunch session onwards, we'll start to see spinners come into the play. Atreyo.
I think the Indian team should not think about that at the moment at all.
Right.
Their first priority should be to win this test, because the series is gone. This match is not meaningless. After the WTC concept came into existence, all matches have context.
Right.
So there is nothing called a dead rubber anymore.
Right.
I mean, India might have lost the series, but if they win this last test match, they will gain some valuable points.
Right.
As far as qualifying for the WTC final is concerned.
Right.
So there is everything to play for, and for that, instead of I mean, once again I come back to it. Don't think about the pitch. Think about playing. Think about performing.
Absolutely, like South Africa is currently doing against Bangladesh. They are not bothered about pitch. They are just smashing runs for fun and playing the brand of cricket they want to play out there. But coming to Abhishek Nayar's press conference, it was a very technical press conference, and it is after a very long time that very good questions were asked about players not being able to play spin, their struggles, recent struggles, and he did say that we are trying to work on the mentality, we are trying to work on the kind of cricket we want to play with this bunch of player or the newer bunch of players. So it is about engraving a kind of concept that you have the coaching staff have imagined with the current Indian team. And of course there will be days where something clicks and players will score 250, 300, 350 runs on a day, but there will be days also where you will see the team struggle or the batter struggle and lose their wickets quite quickly. So it is a fine balance about going out with intent or applying yourself out there, as Abhishek said. What's your take on that?
See, it's not about scoring 350 runs. In the 4 innings that India have played in this series so far, once they failed to cross 50.
Right.
Twice they struggled to reach 150.
Right.
So 300 and 350 is a distant dream at the moment.
Right.
And I agree with Abhishek Nayar that the team management and the coaching staff will work with the batters to see how can they perform better. But having said that, see, not all of them are work in progress.
Right.
I mean, you can't say Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli or KL Rahul are work in progress.
Right.
I mean, they are established players. They have been
He
around
did use the word patience when talking about Rohit and Virat.
So, I mean, you don't teach Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli what patience is. They are very, very successful cricketers in their own right. I mean, they have scored runs almost everywhere in the world.
Right.
And they are, I mean, if you look at their career averages and all that, their numbers, those are very, very impressive. You can argue that Yashasvi Jaiswal or Sarfaraz Khan or maybe Rishabh Pant to a lesser extent are work in progress.
Right.
But the same thing cannot apply to people like Rohit, Virat, Rahul, Jadeja and Ashwin.
Right.
So that way, I think it's for the players. It's up to the players to figure out what works for them and do accordingly. You can guide somebody like Sarfaraz, you can guide somebody like Yashasvi, but the same thing doesn't apply to people like senior pros like Rohit and Virat and Rahul.
Absolutely, and Abhishek did mention Sarfaraz and Yashasvi. They have played quite a lot of cricket here in the recent past also. Rohit has not played a lot of cricket here when it comes to red ball cricket, but Yashasvi and Sarfaraz in the recent past have played quite a lot of cricket in Wankhede, and Abhishek Nayar or the coaching staff is expecting them to contribute once again. So I think that makes things a bit clear when it comes to the playing 11, because Indian team will back Sarfaraz and will not drop him after just one failure in 5 matches, 4 matches, whatever matches he has played. And especially the match being in Wankhede, we can expect Sarfaraz Khan in the playing 11. Another talking point from the press conference is about the workload of Jasprit Bumrah. He was asked because Mohammad Siraj was rested in the last game. Can Bumrah be rested in this game with Siraj coming back into the 11? But Abhishek Nayar did mention that he has not bowled a lot of overs in the last 2 tests. In Bangalore, yes, there were some overs where he bowled, but after that there has been quite a lot of break for Bumrah, and he's well rested, but he did leave it open-ended by saying when it comes to Bumrah, we always think about workload management.
2 things to say about this. One, there was supposed to be a 3-day gap between the second and third test.
Right.
In addition, India got 2 more days because the match got over inside 3 days.
Yeah.
And how many overs did Bumrah bowl in that match? I'll tell you, it's 14.
14.
First innings 8, second innings 6. Out of the 150 overs India bowled in that game, Bumrah bowled 14. So I don't agree that the workload management is a concern with Bumrah at the moment. And there is going to be a significant, I mean, not a huge gap between this series and the tour of Australia, but there is going to be a few days. There are going to be a few days. So workload management, yes, it's an important part. At the moment, I don't think that's a serious concern.
And you need one of your biggest match winners in a must-win game where you are in a series where you are struggling to win matches and try and dominate your opponent like the Indian team always does in Indian conditions. So Jasprit Bumrah will be needed when the team walks out for the third test. But so far, I think these are the major takeaways. So far, the Indian team will train. Will give you a proper report of what has happened in the training and of course the pitch preparation during the afternoon phase. So watch out for that in the evening. But so far, this is Atreyo and me, Subhayan, outside the Wankhede Stadium. See you very soon.